Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us on YouTube. We are painting rolling waves on 140-pound hot press paper using the Elegant Writer pen. The first thing that you have to do is get a good sketch. So I moved a few things around from this picture. I moved this wave over and I kind of raised the surf up a bit. Then I filled in the areas with the darkest values with a lot of ink. Now I'm going to get my brush wet, and I think I'll just start right in here. So I'm just going to wet. I'm just adding water now, just painting with water. And I'm just going to brush this up. So I'm kind of almost making a disappearing edge now. So I just want it to kind of get a little bit lighter, and as I come up that wave. One thing I want us to try to do maybe with this hot press paper, because it's so smooth, is just tilt it a little bit. That's why we paint on a board, so that we can lift it up. When the green really shows up with that much ink. I'm gonna, oh. I like when the water does all runny. I'm going to take my paper towel and sort of blot this at the top. But I do want to leave the top of that wave very, very white. So that's the first spot. Okay, now I'm going to work above the white caps. Exactly the same thing. All it is I'm just painting with water like I'm a little kid. Leaving that little spot there, that's my focal point. Making it nice and dark behind it. Now I want to sort of leave a few light areas because the water is very choppy behind that white cap. Go all the way out the page. I'm just painting with water. Leaving some little light areas. And speckle, just do some Oh, that's really dark right in there. I'm going to try and lift some of this up. Wow. It's like stamping almost. It's like, and my paper towel looks like tie-dye. I'm going to see what happens if I put a lot of water on this and lift it or let it run off. It's just one experiment after another with this pen. And if it works and it looks cool, great. If it doesn't work, get another piece of paper or flip it over. Well, I didn't leave any whites because I just drug right over it. Well, while the video was paused, I put some more water on here and I lost my whites. So then I added titanium white opaque paint, watercolor paint, and added more white paint and put it at the top of those waves. Now the next step I'm going to do is work on the bottom here. Let's squish this up just a bit so you can see the bottom of my painting. I'm going to start with the water here in the where the wave is just breaking on the sand. I'm adding water. When I drew this in, I drew it like it was a reflection. If I had a little spot up here, I put a little spot down here. And now I'm just going to add a little water down here. Leave some whites. I like the bottom of my painting though to not be white, the corners not to be white. Otherwise I feel like my eye goes out. Now I'm going to try to just add a lot of water and not, I hope I'm not touching too many of these marks to just sort of get this white surf. So it's mostly white, but there's a little bit of ink in it, and the ink is turning out very green, which I don't mind at all, because the ocean is often green. And then my last little spot is this little triangle here that is sort of a transition or part of a wave. Okay, so that's all done, and what I'm going to try to do now is just add a little bit of color from my palette. The color that I better get all that white washed out on my brush first, though. Just saw a little white in there. Doesn't want to come out. Okay, I'm going to try and add green blue. This paint is by a company called My Mary Blue. It's an Italian company. And I'm just going to try to add, I love the color right in there. So I'm going to see what happens if I add a little bit of this color to my painting. Last night when I added this color, it came out more blue. Maybe it was just like the light. There, that looks so blue, that mark I just put on there.
Oh, lovely.
Now I'm going to try to just add water so that that mark is not straight line, but a softening. So that's adding green blue. Another color that looks good when you add it is manganese blue mixture. Trying to figure out which one of these is my manganese and which one is my cerulean. I keep thinking this is my manganese right here. Okay. So now I'm going to add some of this up here and see what happens. It's a little bit opaque.
Well, it most certainly adds to your painting.
Yeah, I think it's pretty. Just did a kitty cat drip, drip, drip. And maybe the bottom I'll add some, well, I like when I mix my indigo and my permanent violet bluish. And I add that. I'm gonna just see what happens down here if I do that. Whoa, that's dark. Oh, it's pretty when it separates.
What did you add there?
Indigo mixed with permanent violet bluish.
Oh.
And now if I have those three colors in separate spots in my painting, I just need to add just the tiniest bit of each one of those in the other spots. So I can't just have a color in one spot. I think that kind of ties them together well enough. So that is the painting. Oh, that's beautiful. So good leaving your whites. I like that angle in the foreground, just like the waves come in at those angles. And yeah.
I actually used a picture I took at the beach last week because I didn't have time to copy yours.
That's
Oh,
even better.
looks nice.
Yeah, I like your horizon. Beautiful.
Thank you.
It's beautiful.
Different.
Oh, I love that light blue wave in the foreground. That's the focal point.
Okay.
Wow.
It's lovely. Oh, it's beautiful. It's got such good contrast and deep colors. And did you use white paint or did you leave whites?
I left white.
Very good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, look at that. I love that splashy wave in the focal
Oh.
point.
Great waves.
Great, great ink work. Yeah,
Thank you.
very exciting.
Okay.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah, the colors, the contrast is great. Very, very nice. Good adding color. Oh, that's beautiful. It's more abstract. It's kind of like, was this a mountain or is it a snow? Is it stream? Is it sky? But the colors are beautiful. I love how you made it all wonky, wishy in that white line in the bottom. And I love the color and the wave on top and the middle wave.
That's pretty fun. See?
Okay,
You can
yeah,
do
now
it
flip
both
it over.
ways.
Yeah, see, now that's a good painting. That's a good abstract painting when you can flip it and it's just as interesting both directions.
Well, I thought it was,
Yeah.
I took out that red poppy and put a black mat on it, and it comes out a lot better.
It looks great. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this fun, quick painting.